Okay, para sa mga hindi nakapakinig ng mga sinabi ko, basta kapag may variable kayo, ilagay sa loob ng quotation mark para ang Google ay itatrato siya bilang isang term. So, ayun, eto na siya. Hindi pa natin nakiklik yung enter nung dinagdag natin yung PDF. Again, you put PDF para makatiyak lang na ang mga search results niyo ay 90% of the time ay mga, anong tawag dito, uh, journal articles which are essentially research works, related studies. So kung mapapansin niyo from nung walang PDF kanina, from 4,400, bumaba na naman siya to 2,470, which means to say napaliit nyo na ng maigi. Okay? Yung ating search parameters. Kung kayo naghahanap ng nawawala din yung pera, ay alangan na, di ba mas maganda kung maliit lang yung lugar na paghahanapan niyo kaysa naman buong barangay yung paghahanapan niyo. That's the idea. That's the same principle at work kapag kayo ay nagre-research, naghahanap ng mga articles sa Google. So, so lumabas pa rin yung kay Bagasra. Mukhang pinapamukha yata sa atin itong article ni Bagasra. So, i-open na natin ito, Althea. Let's see kung ano meron dito sa article ni Bagasra. Tingnan natin. Apparently, siguro ito ay isang very important article. So, kung makikita ninyo, ano ang isang senyales na meron kayong nahanap na research article talaga related to research? You have this journal article here. And the first thing you look at ay yung mga parts doon sa article. You look at the upper left. Kung may mapansin kayo dyan, ayan, kung nakikita ninyo dyan, may napapansin ba kayo na parang, ang tawag dito ay running, hindi ko alam, running head. I think that's what they call it. Kung may running head siya na ganyan. Kasi ang mga news articles normally walang ganyan eh. Paano-ano lang eh. Pero ito may running head siya which includes the name of the author. Tapos meron siyang, may naklik ako. Oh no. Ouch. So tapos meron siyang parang naka-italicize. This is the journal article name. And then meron siyang mga number. Sorry. Meron siyang mga parang strange numbers. And the biggest indicator na ang nahanap ninyo ay isang journal article ay meron siyang nakalagay na DOI, which is also called the Digital Object Identifier. Para siyang URL. Ang pinagkaiba ng URL at DOI ay yung URL kasi pwedeng mabago yan. Ang DOI, nakaano na yan, para siyang tattoo na anong tawag dito na hindi mo na matatanggal. So the DOI is attached to an article na permanently uploaded online or published. So this is a sign that you have found a journal article. So you are on your way towards making your related studies. Okay? So tapos basahin nyo rin yung title, Racial Differences in Institutional Trust and COVID-19 Vaccine Hesitancy and Refusal. Naku, Althea, mukhang saktong-sakto ang nahanap nating pangalan nito. Anong tawag dito? Article. Kasi yung variables nyo ay mismo nandito rin. Tama ba? So you found one. O yan, pwede nyo nang gamitin kung wala pa kayo. Tapos ikwento mo kay Keisha, oy Keisha, may nahanap kami nga. Wala naman dito si Keisha, di ba? So ayan. So another indicator is kung may abstract siya. Pero hindi niya palaging sasabihin na abstract lang. Hindi palaging abstract. No, it's not like that. Maswerte lang kayo, Althea, dito dahil talagang hinimay niya. Yung ibang abstract kasi hindi nakahimayan eh. Talagang isang buong paragraph lang. Yung nakakabuisit na you still have to find what exactly you want. Pero dito kasi naka-chop-chop na background, methods, results, conclusions, and then may keywords pa. So hindi ka talaga maliligaw dito. So now that we have established that you have found a journal article that is, of course, a research article, pwede mo na ngayong simulan ang iyong pag-edit. So Althea, dito tayo sa dito ko ilalagay ang inyong search results sa related studies number 3. Kumbaga gagawin ko na lang palabok itong nandito. Meron ditong about waste disposal kina Joanna, meron ditong about mental health of gamers sa group ni Jana sa 12B, and meron naman dito para sa vaccine hesitancy. So again, dito tayo medyo nahihirapan din. Sir, ano ba talaga yung ilalagay? Hindi namin alam. Nakita namin may sample. Pero how? Okay, how? Ayan. So nakikita nyo ngayon, i-walk through ko kayo. So focus na tayo dito sa article. Ang pinakaunang kailangan nyo syempre ay yung title. We have a sample over here. Yung pinaka-sample ko sa inyo, hindi, gamitin na natin itong bagong sample yung ginawa namin the last time. Yung sample dito ay in the publication entitled blank. So, kailangan nyo ng title nung article. You need the title of the article. So, ano ba yung title? Ano ba yung title ng article? Racial differences in institutional trust and COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy and refusal. So, itatype natin yun dito directly dito sa ating profile of related studies 1. Ano nga ba yun? Racial differences in institutional trust. Huwag yung basta i-copy-paste kasi pag kinopy-paste yung basta yan ay nagkakaroon ng mga talon-talon and madali kong malaman kung copy-paste. I'm not encouraging you to do copy-paste. What I'm saying is, if you do that, you will be busting yourselves kaysa yung teacher yung nanguhuli sa inyo. So, and COVID-19 vaccine, lagay natin dito. And COVID-19, sir, ang swerte naman ni na Althea, bakit ganyan? Eh wala, they are second place sa survey. Sana pala nag-una-una na lang kami sa survey. Wala na. Ayan. Boom. Let's click on enter. And may na-type na tayo na title. Pansinin yung nangyayari dito sa related studies discussion in the publication entitled Racial Differences. So you see na ano siya napupunta siya doon Pero one thing na baka naman pwedeng pakiano ha. Kasi para lang malaman natin na this is a title, pakilagay naman sa loob ng quotation mark. Okay? Just to indicate na yun ay title mismo. Although may word naman na entitled. Ayan. So, pero kulang pa rin siya. It's not enough na sabihin mo na lang in the publication entitled blank. Ano naman kung publication entitled what? Ano yung meron doon? Ano ang sunod na kailangan? The next thing you need ay yung pangalan nung, ang haba kasi nung title dito, you need the names of the authors kung marami sila. Okay? Ano yung, kung makikita nyo dito, Chamorro, Oberst, Cladelias, and Fuster. Tapos yung year. So, ayun ha, you have the title of the work, the names of the authors, kung marami sila. You have the year, and then yun muna, isa-isa muna tayo. So, sino-sino ba itong mga authors na ito? Si Anissa Bagasra, si Sarah Dawn, at si Christopher Allen. You don't need their first names, pero I still encourage you to take note of their full names. Kasi kapag kayo ay gagawa ng entry para doon sa APA, kailangan yung malaman yung first letter sa mga pangalan nila. Pero for now, in the body text, sapat na malaman ninyo kung ano yung mga apelyido nila. Si Bagasra, si Doan, and si Allen. So ilagay ninyo dito yung Bagasra. Ayan. Bagasra, Doan, and Allen. And then, kailan. Okay? Pag na-type nyo na yung mga pangalan, kailan nila ito isinulat. The year is 2021. Nakalagay dyan, 2021. Okay? So, ilagay dito yung 2021. Sa loob ng, anong tawag dito? Sa loob ng parenthesis. Ayan. So, you now have the three most basic information that you need when doing your related studies discussion. You have the title. Okay, ayan, nakabuyang-yang ang title. You have the author. Sorry. Ano ba yan? Kaya ayoko mag-Tagalog minsan You have the author. And then you have the year. Tapos naka-record pa ito. Okay, you have the year. Ayan. So you have the three primary information. Pero that's not yet the end of the whole journey. Siyempre, ano naman kung title and ano? Abay, ano yung gustong sabihin yan? Kaya meron tayo ditong word na investigated and even ito yung word na investigated. Vuster 2020 investigated what? Dito sa ating pattern, yun nga lang wala kasing word na parang prompt. So you have to use or think of a word na ano ba yung ginawa ni na Bagasra, Doan, and Allen? What did they do exactly? Did they look into something? Did they wag naman research. Abay halata naman na it's a research. Can you try other words? Yun nga, pwedeng investigated, pwedeng looked into, pwedeng examined, pwedeng studied, wag lang researched. Maawa naman kayo. Pag may nakita kong researched ay bahala kayo. Babalik ko kayo sa PR1. Kung sino man yung teacher ninyo sa PR1, doon na lang kayo. Okay? So, nasaan na tayo? So, ano nga ba yung ginawa nila? Basahin natin yung, eto na ngayon yung hack na gusto kong sabihin. Sir, ang dami-dami ng articles. It's so long. We cannot read everything. Sir, 2 columns pa. Ito yung mga articles na nakakabwisit di ba? Yung, ang dami ng pages. It's made up of 7 pages. Tapos, ang dami pang numbers. And at the same time, 2 columns pa siya. So, nakakairita. When I was studying in college, kapag ganito yung reading material, talaga nakakapanlumo siya because kahit na kaunti yung pages, alam mo na ano siya, it's like times 2 because of the number of columns. If you are overwhelmed by the length of the article, the hack is you don't really need to read the entire article. Dahil in the abstract itself, you would get an idea, okay, kung ano ba yung ginagawa ng inyong uh, author na nahanap doon sa trabaho na ginawa nila or niya. So in this case, ano nga ba ang ginawa? You have to read the abstract. Abay, ang iksi-iksi na lang yan. Previous research has indicated that demographic differences affect COVID-19 vaccination rates. Trust in both the vaccine itself and institutional trust is one possible factor. The present study examines, examines. So you got what exactly you are looking for. Ano yung ginawa nila? So that's your clue. You can find that in your abstract. So examines. Ngayon ganito, sir, pwede ba namin gamitin na lang yung word na examines? Okay lang ba yun, sir? If you want to use the word examines and then gusto mong kopyahin na lang, sir, kopyahin na lang namin kasi mamaya magkamali pa kami. You are allowed to do so. However, you have to do something like this. Okay? Since gagamitin nyo yung buong phrase na yon or yung buong part na yon, you have to use quotation marks. Okay? Kailangan yung lagyan ng quotation marks doon sa examines racial differences in institutional trust kasi kinopya nyo eh. And tingnan nyo ang nangyari nung kinopya. Kaya nagkakaroon ng mga talon-talon dyan. Kapag nagkokopya kayo, maano ba namang burahin niyo yung space, di ba? Burahin niyo yung space para umaayos yung nandito. Kaya alam na alam ko, okay, ang nagka-copy and paste. Dapat nga hindi ko sinasabi to eh. Kasi mawawalan ako ng parang secret in terms of panghuhuli ng mga nagka-copy and paste. Pero di bale, marami pa naman akong techniques. Okay, kailangan ko lang i-share sa inyo yung aspect na yun. I just want to show you what happens when you copy and paste. Nagkakaroon ng mga lundag-lundag. Kasi naka-PDF nga ito eh. Yun ang sa PDF. Talagang mahihilo ka pag nagka-copy paste ka from a PDF file. Okay, so nakuha nyo na siya and then that's not yet enough. You have to find the page number. The page number here is 1. So kailangan ninyong ilagay yung page number kung saan ninyo kinuha yung part na iyon. So United States, after ng quotation mark, ilagay sa loob ng parenthesis, page 1. Kasi nahanap niyo siya sa article na iyon na isinulat ni Bagasra, Doan, and Allen in 2021 on page 1. So ayan, nakuha niyo na ng buo yung hinahanap sa first part. Yung nandito. Tingnan natin yung sa sample natin. Investigated the impact of the frustration of psychological needs on mobile video gamers' addictive behavior as well as the role of cognitions and behaviors, and ayun na, may period na siya. Okay. So, pero hindi pa natatapos yung doon. Aray, ang sakit, di ba? Ang dami na nun. You have the title, you have the author's name, you have the year, you have kung ano yung ginawa nila, what they did in the research, and the fifth one, para doon sa first part, yung profile, ano yung nalaman nila. The good news dito sa source na nakita natin ay meron kasing results. Which means to say, hindi na mahihirapan kung sino man yung naghahanap ng, anong tawag dito, ng panglagay para dun sa part na yun na they found out, ay titingnan na lang itong nandito kasi nakalagay eh. Mabait yung writer ng source na ito kasi hindi na pinapahirapan yung nagbabasa. So ano yung nakalagay dito? Trust in the scientific community was the strongest predictor for already receiving at least 1 dose of the COVID-19 vaccine at the time of study. So marami pa siyang sinasabi dito. Asians had a significantly higher trust in the scientific community compared to all other groups. So pwede na sigurong doon na lang muna, kahit hanggang doon. Kasi pagdating dito sa next part, results also showed kumbaga parang also showed, it's almost like ang dating is additional info. Pero yung unang dalawang sentences, it gave you primary results. So etong part na ito, yun yung pwede ninyong ilagay dito sa part na they found out, kasali pa rin siya sa profile. Kaya lang, ano ngayon yung catch? Sir, copy-paste ulit namin. Maawa naman kayo. Ginawa nyo ng parang collage. Ano to, collage? Na collage of quotes. Abay, paraphrase nyo naman ng konti. Ano ba yung sabi dyan? Trust in the scientific community was the strongest predictor for already receiving at least 1 dose of COVID-19 vaccine at the time of study. Pwede ninyong gawin, Paano ba 'to? Ayan. So, trust daw, di ba? Kumbaga, bakit ayaw ma-edit? Ayan. So, it is, ano nga ba? The research or the study, pwedeng ganito, the study revealed, para maiba naman. Hindi siya for the sake of maiba. Ang purpose kasi nito ay pag kopya ka ng kopya, the tendency is hindi mo na siya gawa talaga. It's the work of the other. Parang nagre-report ka lang. And we're doing research. We're not doing a report. The study revealed that among those, okay, who were then taking the first dose of the of the vaccine, trust in institutions is the biggest factor in their decision. Ayun, edi nakapag ano na kayo, nakapag-paraphrase kayo kahit papaano. Hindi lang yung pure na basa nyo na lang kinopy paste. At least kung ganito, you don't have to even indicate the page number kasi kasama yun sa rules ng paraphrasing. If you can somehow make a successful paraphrase, you don't really need the page number here. So kahit wag na. Tapos, wag natin kakalimutan, may sinabi siya tungkol doon sa mga Asians, di ba? E di, idagdag nyo na lang, especially among the Asians toward the scientific community. So, did you have to copy-paste the whole thing? Hindi naman. Ngayon, kung nahilo kayo dun sa part na yun, sir, paano nga ulit yun? Nire-record ko ito. I'll give you the recording later, ha? I-upload ko pa sa YouTube para makuha din ninyo. So, ayun na siya. So, you have completed the first part, which is profile of related studies number 3. We have very little time left para makuha yung ibang part, pero ano ba yung kailangan naman para dito sa prerogatives? Para dito naman sa prerogatives, ang nakalagay dito sa prerogatives ay ano ba yung mga methods, ano ba yung mga ginamit ng researchers para makuha yung sagot na iyon. In other words, normally makikita nyo sa chapter 3 yung kasagutan dyan. Take a look at our previously constructed sample here. Nakalagay dyan, they found, in studying this phenomenon, the following decisions on key research components were made. Kasama yun sa formula, yung part na yun. Chamorro et al. Conducted an online survey. So, hanapin ninyo hanggat maaari kung paano kinolekta yung data, kung ilan yung ginamit para doon sa research. And then kung meron bang demographic profile, ito nakalagay dito, averaging 21.73 in age, meron bang demographic profile na parang very noteworthy. And then ano yung ginamit na scale sa survey, just make a description kung ano yung ginawa sa methods in one sentence tapos. Ilang items yung questionnaire, and then ayun, that would be it. So, tingnan natin. And again, the good news, ito na naman tayo sa good news. The good news ay meron tayo ditong methods. So you don't necessarily have to work so hard to find kung ano ba yung ginamit. Pero ito yung sasabihin ko, it's not going to apply for everybody. Yung article na ginamit namin last Monday with 12B para sa group 2 ng 12B, ano yun, talagang isang block ng paragraph siya, wala siyang chop-chop. Pero may keywords naman kayo, may key terms man kayo. You have the word data, o di ba? Para sa methods. Pagdating naman sa purpose ng study, may keyword kayo, examines, investigates, looked into, etc., etc. So dito, tignan natin ano nga ba yung ginawa niya. Collected as part of Wave 8 Omnibus 2000 survey conducted by RAND ALP and consisted of 2,008 hindi na biglang marunong magbasa ng number. 2,080 participants. Respondents were collected through the online RAND ALP survey in March 2021. So kung ako sa inyo, pag rambulin nyo lang kasi hard facts naman itong nandito. So ang gagawin ko dito para mapaikot-ikot yung nakalagay dyan is I will start with the number of participants. 2080, ano ba? 2,080 participants were made to answer, ano na nga ba yun? Ano yung sinagutan nila? They answered, ano ba yan? The RAND ALP survey. Ayan. So yun ang pangalan ng survey. Were made to answer the RAND ALP survey Bali na tayo dito. As part of the larger, meron siyang sinasabi isa pang survey, di ba? Yung Wave 8 Omnibus 2000 survey. Wave 8 Omnibus 2000 survey. Sometime in March 2021. Bakit sometime in March? Kasi wala naman siya sinabing exact na date. So, pwede yung gamitin ng mga ganung term. So, ayun. You have already. Joke lang, may nakalimutan ako. Yung online. I think that's important. Yung part sa online. I think I should be good. To answer online, ayan, the Rand Alp survey. Now, kung tatanungin kayo, ano ba yung Alp survey na yan? Kasi posible yun na biglang may magtanong sa inyo, what is Rand Alp survey? Ito ang aking suggestion. Find more info about it. Hanapin niyo siya. Try to find the terms using Control F. Ayan. Meron ditong acknowledgement. Rand Alp team during the, so walang nakalagay. Kapag mga ganitong cases, dito na ako mag-encourage sa inyo na hanapin nyo siya ng hiwalay. Make a separate Google search kung sakaling wala na kayong mahanap na additional info. Pero for the purposes of our sampling dito, sapat na yun. Nakapaglagay naman na tayo ng, ng needed data para mabuo yung ating part ng prerogative. So ganun lang kaiksi. Nasaan na yung part na yun? The study revealed, ito yung sa kanina, nag-double period na pala ako, so kailangan walang period. In studying this phenomenon, the following decisions on key research components were made. 2,080 participants were made to answer online the Rand Alp survey as part of the larger Wave 8 Omnibus 2000 survey sometime in March 2021. So for now, I mean, sa ating grade 12 na situation, hindi naman ako mag-expect ng parang pang-college na. So okay na yung ganoon. That's going to be enough na na-mention ninyo, nahanap ninyo kung ano yung mga important choices of the writer, of the author in terms of when it comes to looking for the answers related to their research questions. Tapos eto na ngayon yung part na hindi natin mahahanap ngayon doon sa article mismo. Siguro implied. Kumbaga parang babasahin niyo siya ng buo tapos makakapag-comment kayo, may kulang sa kanya. Yung poor elements kasi na part na ito, this is your own criticism of the survey. Or rather of the survey, of the research paper na inyong gagamitin for the RRL part. So in this particular case, ano nga ba ang pwedeng weakness? Parang pwede nyo kasi sabihin, sir, paano pa namin malalabanan yung article na yan? Anong weakness ang mapo-point out namin dyan? Unang-una, sir, ang bago-bago yan, that's just 2021. Tsaka, sir, sino ba naman kami laban kay Bagasra, Doan, and Allen na naka-publish pa sa BMC, Public Health, yung kanilang kami, public school, yes, ng Philippines, ng San Nicolas. Anong laban namin dyan, sir? What criticism could we throw at that? Hindi nyo kailangan magpuna ng negative. Okay, not necessarily negative. Lalo na itong article na nandirito ay parang saktong-sakto na mismo. Di ba? It's super exact. And this is my comment ngayon. Wag yung sukuan sa part na sir, talo na kami diyan. Ano pa ang ipupuna namin diyan? Remember that ang nabanggit ko sa inyo, kung naaalala nyo pa last October 2021, nung time na dinidiscuss ko itong RRL, pero wala naman yata nakikinig nun kahit isa. I told you na ang dapat pinakabida sa inyong research ay yung mismong research ninyo, di ba? So in other words, whenever you are making criticisms of other research works, you have to keep on thinking, ano ba yung meron sa inyong sariling papel? Ano ba yung parang gusto ninyong i-offer that is unique? And one of the many sources of those uniqueness ay kung saan nyo ba gagawin yung research. You're doing research in the Philippines, right? Sa Philippines ba, tanong ko lang ha, sa tingin niyo sa Philippines ay uso ba itong mga racial differences? I mean, yes, meron siguro tayong mga racial differences. Meron pa rin tayong ganyan. Ethnic differences, kunwari Cebuano versus mga Tagalog and so on and so forth. But kung pupunta kasi kayo sa states, yung issue ng race ay sobrang sabihan mo lang ang isang Black American ng, ay, ang galing mo palang magsalita. Ay ano na pala siya, offensive na pala siya. Biruin mo, pinuri mo na nga, offensive pa. Pag pumunta kayo sa States, tapos may nag-speech na Black American, sinabi mo na, oh, you are so good at speaking. I cannot believe it. You are so amazing. Lagot ka. Babatuhin ka. Masasapa ka. And magtago ka na. Bakit ka mo? Kasi kapag sinabi mo na magaling pala siya, parang iniisip mo daw na wala siyang kakayahang maging magaling. It's a big issue in their country, in the United States. Di ba sa United States ito? Ayan o, United States of America. So, do you really think racial differences is something na pinoproblema ng mga Pilipino kung ina-apply ninyo ito dito? I mean, siguro, but to more normal extent, hindi. So, ang pwede ninyong punahin dito, it's not necessarily a criticism of the content or kung paano nila ginawa. Pwede nang yung sa konteksto. However, the study primarily focused on racial differences, which is a weak point of, what do you call this? Weak source, should we say, of decisions and actions among government officials and the general populace in the Philippines, wherein, wherein the study will be conducted. So pwede na yung ganun. It's not necessarily a criticism. It's not even necessarily a poor element. Kaya lang kasi you have to cite something that would prove. Yun naman yun. At the end of the day, you have to cite something, anything that would prove na may pwesto para sa inyong sariling research. And ito na yun. That, well, itong race na ito, hindi naman ano yung race dito eh. Kapag nagsabi ka sa classmate mo ng negra, siguro nakaka-offend yun, but it's not necessarily something na magka-cancel culture sa'yo. Baka nga marami pa maki-join sa'yo. I'm not encouraging that behavior. What I'm just saying is, it's not yet a big of an issue. Kaya kung meron sa inyong yun pala, that's another point of maybe starting point for research. Hindi kino-consider na malaking issue ang race dito sa Pilipinas. That could be a practical problem. For future researchers, pwede ninyong tinan yung angulo na yun. Kasi normally, ayun nga ang madalas mangyari. We often ignore those things. And isa na lang, practicality to own research of related studies 3. Ano ang kinalaman ng research na ito sa research na Althea na may kinalaman sa institutional trust and COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy and refusal? Ang nakalagay dito ay, bago natin i-end ha, in relation to this weakness, we found the need to, ano yung need to? We found the need to, ayan, apply directly the variables. Kasi di ba, same variables ito, Althea, di ba? These are the same variables that you have. Apply directly the variables in this research work to the Philippine context and make use of stratification schemes which are more relevant to the Filipino experience. Kagaya na lang nung napag-usapan namin before ng Group 4 na yung sa stratification, yung mga nagpabakuna before November 30, after November 30, kasi yun yung vaccination drive. So yun yung mga bagay na pwede ninyong para dito sa practicality to own research. Now, after that, tapos na. Ayun na, na kayo. You have completed the discussion for related studies number 3. That would be it. Okay na yun sa akin. Hindi ko lang alam sa panelists, pero for me, that's how it should be. Given your level. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na hanggang ganyan lang yung kaya ninyo, pero kasi ganito lang din yung design na aking tinarget, and I will be happy kung maka-achieve kayo ng ganito. Don't forget the link. Copy the link. Okay, Control-C. Balik dito, i-click niyo yung link to related studies 3. Click on insert, and then go to link, gaya nung napag-usapan natin before, and then click on paste, apply. Nandyan na ngayon yung link sa article. Itapat niyo dyan, ayan na. Naka-highlight na. So pag kinlik niyo yan, automatic i-open niya. It will redirect to the article itself. So ayan na, joke lang. HE12F and HE12G, that would be the live walkthrough. Siguro naman ay kahit papaano ay meron ng mangyayari. Sana may magbukas na ng workbooks nila mamaya. I will also give you the recording later, basta may upload ko sa YouTube para mag-guide nyo rin yung ano ninyo step by step. So I'll see you on Friday kung meron magpapakonsult. 12F tomorrow, hindi na kailangan bukas ha, kasi ang mangyayari kasi sa atin pag mag-meet pa tayo bukas, we will magti-triple kayo sa buong linggo. Kasi yung Friday ay nilalagay na nga natin for consultation. No need for the online meeting. So I'll see you on Friday for consultations. Sige, thank you.